Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Daze podcast with Rain Armani, me. I know y'all been like, oh girl, where is the content? I kind of just left y'all hanging with that first video. Your girl had to go back to school, I had to move back on campus. I celebrated my birthday, 23, hey. So I've just been really busy recently, and I've just been trying to, get my routine right and take my classes. I've been doing a lot recently, so chill, okay? Back on YouTube for you guys. I'm back with another video because I really want to help y'all with y'all life journeys and y'all mental health and stuff like that. Episode 2 is going to be about strength. And at first, I want to start off by talking about physical strength because that's easier to comprehend. What does it really mean to be strong? I mean, there's different definitions and variations of the word strong. Why is it important, essentially, is what I'm going to be talking about today. So when it comes to physical strength, whether you go to the gym or you don't, or you lift a lot of things or you can't, it's important to remember what strength is and what it means to your life. You really kind of want to measure your strength. Not so much you want to measure it, but it's kind of easy to measure it. You either lifting 50 bags at once or you not. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a one tripper when it comes to bringing in groceries. You get one trip out of me. Anything else got to stay in the car. But the good part about that is, I can carry a lot of bags at once. So that's why I'm a one tripper. Being like strong physically, there's a lot of benefits to it. I mean, I don't got to really explain it to y'all because y'all get it. Really, really, really important to know how strong you are, whether it's not a lot or a little. It's important to know how strong you are. Once you know how strong you are physically, you can really tap into how strong you are mentally. With mental strength, it's a little different, right? Like everybody's different, and you could be literally the buffest person in the world and be so weak mentally. So that's why mental and physical strength really go hand in hand, because you kind of have to balance between the two when it comes to literally going through every day, waking up for, whatever you have to do for the day, going about your day. Like, it's really important to remember how strong you are. If you feel like you're not strong, I got a word for you. If you feel like you're not strong, there's ways to build that strength. That's the most important thing to remember. You don't have to be your strongest right now to reach your full potential. And, I just want to lay it out for y'all in a way that makes sense, in a way that's comprehensible and digestible. Why is it important to be strong? Why? In this lifetime, we will go through so many things physically and mentally, and you will encounter many different, obstacles in your path, but being strong and knowing when to use your strength is really the smartest way to live your life. Like, having strength physically or mentally doesn't mean that, you can lack in one category. It's really important to know how strong you are so you can use it accordingly in the way that you want to. For example, I have been in and out the gym, and one thing I really noticed is that when I'm consistent about going to the gym, and I'm eating healthier and I'm doing my full workout that I like to do, I always feel really strong. And I try to work out in the mornings, because working out in the morning, you get it done, you don't gotta do it. But when I work out in the mornings, I really see a difference, like, throughout the day. Like, come on now, I be getting busy. I get busy in the gym, okay? So when I get out the gym, my legs feel stretched, my arms, I can go all day, no sitting down, no nap. Like, that's really the best feeling, is when you work out before, you have anything else to do. But when I don't work out, when I'm eating a bunch of junk food and consuming a bunch of crap, not just as well as food, but as well as TikToks, being on my phone all day, looking at mindless Instagram posts, like, when I'm being unhealthy, I feel a lot weaker. And the correlation is so big that, like, when you don't do it, you may not even feel as weak, but when you go to the gym, like the comparison is just like, it's so large. And I just typically find that when you're aware of your physical strength and how much you can do physically, your mental strength kind of goes hand in hand with that. Because when you have mental strength, you also need to exercise your mental strength like you would your physical strength. Like you gotta, prepare yourself for situations. You have to talk yourself down from anxiety. You have to be proactive. You have to be disciplined. Like mental strength is just as important as any physical strength. And that's probably one of my biggest points for this episode, is that having physical strength is more obvious and it's more in your face. But mentally, I feel like it's harder for people to comprehend how to exercise their mental strength. So, I feel like a good way to exercise your mental strength is really just to take the past situations that have happened in your life and the lesson that you kind of learned out of them, and just try to apply it to your life in the future. Now, life isn't going to stay the same all the time. So you might have to tweak a little 1-2 step, but that's how I have found the best way to grow my mental strength, is really to just take the situations that have happened to me in the past, really examine them and like figure out like, what made me uncomfortable, what made me mentally clock out, why is this making me mentally weak? Because when you go about your week after everything, consecutively, your weeks, your school year, whatever you got to go through, when you start to really assess your mental health and you pay attention to it and you do things to exercise it, it really comes full throttle. It's very, very much worth it. And I don't know if I said this on my last episode, but I just remember one point in 2021, I don't know if it was December, but it was cold outside. I was sitting in my car at night, just chilling, looking outside, and it really just like hit me. Like, I want to start living my life in a way that's meaningful, and I want to start really building the blocks to really be the woman that I want to be. So a part of my journey with that is becoming more mentally strong. If you know me, you know that I've grown up my entire life with depression, anxiety, depression, hallucinations sometimes. Like I wouldn't say I had a bad childhood, but I definitely had a lot of moments especially my teenage years, where I spent a lot of time being mentally weak. And I feel like the main part of being mentally weak is being stubborn. If you knew Little Rain, girl, what? You couldn't tell me nothing. From the ages of 13, I want to say on, but from a good 13 up, she's stubborn. And that is a lot of reason why people fall under the category of mentally weak. Because as humans, naturally, we are very, very stubborn. And it's good to really look at this, because it's like, you don't want to miss out on anything in life just because you're not willing to get out of your comfort zone or think these things. And I know y'all done seen that shadow work journal on TikTok about 1,000,000 times. And it's asking you all these like, oh, well, how did this make you feel as a kid? No. Because if you want my opinion, the shadow work journal, they will not be getting my coin from that. I spent a lot of time being mentally weak when I was younger. So to be out on my own and to be in college, growing, becoming the woman that I want to be, I have learned a lot of tips and tricks for myself specifically that have helped me build on my mental strength. One would be affirmations. If you want to get strong mentally in any sort of way, you need to affirm yourself. It's going to be okay. Okay? It's going to be okay. Life goes on. Let go and let God. You're doing a good job. Like, these are things that you should be saying to yourself. Even if you feel like you could be doing more, just the little bit that you do, you need to reward yourself for. Because if you don't reward yourself, it's going to feel like work. Everything's going to feel like work. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like to work all the time. So it's really important to just focus on affirming yourself. If you're familiar with the Bible, there's a story in the Bible. It's the story of Samson. And basically, it was a story about a man. He was unordinarily, physically very strong. He was a very strong man. And he was a very, he would do tasks and complete different things. And he was really an asset to his community. And then eventually, he had fell in love with a girl named Delilah. And Delilah was keen on making him weaker, if that makes sense. And once, he let his guard down and mentally, let himself off that pedestal, he was captured, he was enslaved, so after that, he had just asked God for just a little bit of his strength back. And with his little bit of strength, that he would, become as strong as he was again. And when God granted him that strength, he was able to free himself. And I think that that's a very important story, because I feel like as people, we're all Samsons. We're not extraordinarily strong, but we are all Samsons. We all have strength. You have a lot more strength than you even realize. So Delilah came around, and she can represent, anxiety, depression, stuff sent to destroy you. When these things come around and we see things and we're influenced by things in our culture and just in the world in general, it's just really good to always tap into who you are and pay attention to yourself. Like, we're not trying to be depressed for the rest of our lives, so it's just time to get the ball rolling. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm proud of you, and you've been doing a great job. When situations happen and you get in a bind and you feel like you're losing your mind and you don't know what to do, or you're really weak and tired all the time, this is what we're preparing for. We're preparing for moments like that, so that when they come, they're nothing. They're nothing, because you've already been doing your mental and physical reps. So you've been working it out, and you can succeed, because that's the point of living, if I'm not mistaken. Well, thank you for watching this episode of the Rainy Daze podcast. I'm really excited to be back, guys, and I'm really excited to be making more content. And as always, I just want to help anyone I can on their mental journey, on their, life journey, whatever you want to call it. I just want to give some advice that I've learned for myself and spread it to you guys. Spread the knowledge. I'm gonna let y'all go. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please share this video with 3 people that you think could need it. Just send them this video and spread the love and spread the wealth and knowledge, because that's what I'm about. But I'm gonna get out your way. I will see y'all next week. Bye.